Hello. In the day we'll be playing NeveN. We'll begin this new chapter with Akhet. I need to resolve the issue with Vigo, and if possible without attracting further attention. I need to resolve the issue with Vigo, and if possible without attracting further attention. When darkness falls, we will be able to. Yes, the night is ours. I can go find him and settle things once and for all, a proper conclusion for both of us. Akhet hasn't reappeared all day, which worries me a little. It's not like him to disappear like that. I wonder if it has anything to do with what Simi wanted to tell him, but come to think of it, it most likely does. I hope the old fennec didn't do anything to him. If she did, we'll punish her. I guess. But his absence suits me, in a way. I don't have to find an excuse to make sure I'm alone tonight. I can leave quietly. The question is how to get out of the castle and find Vigo out there. We offer you this power. All you must do is wish for it, and we can give you what you need for your hunt. My hunt? I'm not. Will we chase him together? It's obviously a hunt to get what we want. What do I even want? To help Vigo. The truth can't escape from his lips. The truth can't escape from his lips. We should hide what he knows about what happened. Yes, of course, that's what I want. Thank you for helping me. Your plan, our power, we are one. All I have to do now is wait for nightfall. We'll go out and talk to Vigo. And then I'll find a way to settle the situation in a way that's satisfactory for both him and me. I'm sure of it. I leaned out of my window and looked down on the ground, expecting to feel that usual fear of heights. That horrible feeling in my chest, but nothing. That's when I realized how ridiculous it is to be afraid. With a quick glance, I noticed several ledges that will allow me to climb down the wall without any trouble. And even without that, I feel like I could reach the ground and break my fall if I really want to. Now I'm different, better. It will take more than that to scare me. A tingling sensation in my fingers tells me that they are changing, transforming, and lifting. Yes, thanks to them, I'll be able to grab hold and move along the wall more easily. It only takes a moment. I barely have time to realize what I'm doing before I find myself on the ground in the castle courtyard. It's almost too easy. Then I slip from saddle to saddle, sneaking through the darkness so the guards won't see me. I don't want to be asked why I'm leaving the castle in the middle of the night, not to mention that it's probably something I'm not allowed to do. They can't stop us. Probably, but it's best to avoid unnecessary trouble. Once I reach the outer wall, it only takes me a few seconds to climb over it and drop down on the other side. It's child's play. I understand better now how easy it was for Akhet to get around. All that's left of, all that's left is to find my old companion. Tracking prey. We know how to do that. My snout lifts on its own, and I hear a few slight cracks echoing in my skull as my nose transforms. And suddenly, my whole world changes. New scents reach me, and those I know become more intense. When I close my eyes, I almost feel like I can see what I smell. Is this how predators perceive the world? That would explain the behavior of some of them when faced with the strongest scents. All that's left is to find the trail of. I quickly grasp the problem. It's been a long time. I don't know if I really remember Vigo's smell. But another fragrance suddenly becomes stronger in my nose. That is that of ashes, fire, and burnt fur. Aaron. He and Vigo came together. If I find him, I concentrate for a moment, breathing in as deeply as I can, and a trail forms before me. I can see it like a silver thread leading me to my destination. After transforming my hands again, I climb onto the roof of the nearest house. It will be quicker to go over the rooftops, and I won't have to worry about bumping into anyone. There's something exhilarating about being up here. I almost regret having spent so much time avoiding heights. We weren't there to help. That's true regardless. I think I'll take advantage of these kinds of outings more often. I might even take Akhet with me in the future for a romantic dinner on the rooftops of the city. I'm sure he'd like that. As I make my way through the city, jumping from rooftop to rooftop under the moonlight, Aaron's scent grows stronger and stronger. It eventually leads me to an inn, and I know I've arrived at the right place thanks to how strong the smells have become. With one last jump, I land on the roof of the building before sliding along the walls, taking advantage of every crack between the walls to hold on. Finally, I spot the window that smells more like my former comrade and slip inside, only to be greeted by the tip of a rapier against my chest. Don't move. Hi, Owen. Eric, what are you doing here? How did you even get up here? I climbed up. I recently realized I'm pretty good at it. To the second floor. You? Things changed, I guess. You'd be surprised at what I'm capable of now. What we are capable of. That doesn't tell me what you're doing here or how you found me. I asked the guards at the castle I'm entitled to certain favors given my position, and they found out where you two were staying. The light rolls off my tongue before I even have to think about it, almost as if I hadn't. We're helping with the hunt. Plus, I feel bad about the way we parted, and I wanted to try to make amends. In the middle of the night, it's the only time I can slip out unnoticed and not be surrounded by guards and servants. My status doesn't have only advantages. You can't just show up here in the dead of night and expect everything to go smoothly. I just want to talk to Vigo. If you can tell me where he is in the next room, but no way I'm telling you see him now. But no way I'm letting you see him now. Sleep here and we'll see about it tomorrow morning. I can't do that, or they'll realize I'm gone. Is it really that important that no one knows you're here? Of course it's essential, but he wouldn't understand. It doesn't matter. I know where Vigo is. That's all I care about. We don't need him anymore. That's true. We might as well cut this disgusting sword. As I prepare to sing to activate my brain, the heat in my back tells me that it is awakening on its own. I no longer need my awakening gesture. So Tess really wasn't lying to us. I become much more powerful. With a single glance, I immobilize Aaron. I don't need him for what's coming next, and I rather make sure he doesn't disturb us during our discussion. I clench my fist and strike the wolf hard enough to knock him unconscious. Instinctively, I know where and how to strike to ensure he stays that way for a few hours. Another gift from my new brand, I suppose. Then I release my powers and watch him collapse to the ground. He'll get an explanation later. I'll think of something to, I'll think of something by then. But for now, I need to focus on what I came here for. So I take a deep breath before leaving everyone's room and crossing the hallway to finally find myself in the front of Vigo's door. I'm about to knock, but I stop when I realize I don't know what I'm supposed to say to him. After all this time, I don't even know who he's become. I don't know how much he's changed either. How can I reason with him? Without help, will help, we'll figure it out. How could you? You don't know any more about him than I do. We always know. We're newbers. I don't know. Maybe it was a bad idea. We hunt. We know. Of course, I'm sorry. I take my courage in both hands and knock on the door as loud as I dare to make sure I wake Vigo. But it still takes a few moments before he answers me. Yeah, who's there? Aaron? It's me. Can you open up? Eric? There's a sudden noise in the bedroom. I almost want to stretch out my wide ears and try to guess what's going on, but I don't really need to. He's probably just getting dressed and putting away whatever's lying around in a hurry. And then maybe he hasn't changed that much. The fox finally opens the door for me, slightly out of breath, somehow with both a smile and a worry on his face. It's really you. It's really me. Yeah. Can I come in? Oh yes, sure. Of course. He lets me in, looking at me as if he wasn't sure I really existed. It's strange. I've never seen that expression on his face before. I wasn't expecting to see you. First because it's the middle of the night, but also after everything that happened earlier. I know I'm really sorry. I wanted to apologize, and my life is a bit messy right now. I didn't want to wait any longer. Who knows when I'll have some free time again. No, it's my fault. I shouldn't have. I came unannounced because I wanted to surprise you. I shouldn't. Well, I should have known it was a stupid idea. But I was really happy to see you again. You know, I hope we. Hey, I'm glad you're here. I really am. I missed you too. I was surprised that's all. I don't really control my brand yet, and it's a bit tough. It's NeveN's brand, right? I guess I should have seen it coming from. I guess I've seen it coming that you wouldn't have a brand like the others. He doesn't know we're here too. Yeah, that's the one. Not exactly a cakewalk if you ask me. For once, I would prefer something more conventional. I'm sure you'll do something extraordinary with it. You always amaze me, after all. I hope so. You always give me a big smile. And for a brief moment, I feel like joining him, but I can't allow myself to. That's not why I'm here. Why did you come, Vigo? To find you, obviously. And now, what do you think will happen? That things will just go back to the way they were? When you left after our argument, I got sick. The priest said there was nothing wrong with me, but I had this constant pain in my chest. I was just tired all the time and didn't feel like doing anything. It took months for me to get better. By then, everyone thought you had died in the mountains. They had stopped looking for you. But not me. I knew you were alive. I knew that if anything happened, I would feel it if you were dead. I would have known immediately. My parents tried to convince me to stop, but I kept asking everyone if they had heard anything about you. Until the day I learned that someone had become a royal bard, I knew right away it was you when they started talking about a white rabbit who sang wonderfully. So you can imagine that I set off immediately. And now here I am, and we'll be able to see each other again. We'll be working together again. After all, I'm your musician, right? The only one who can keep up with you. As he speaks, Vigo's voice becomes more and more shaky, and I can't help but feel sorrow and pity for him. I hurt him much more than I thought I did. We can help him, put an end to his suffering. Yes, we have to. Vigo, it's not. Things have changed. I have changed. I'll learn about the new you. I promise. It's not that simple. Look at what I've become. I'm a royal bard. I already have him resisted, and Akhet and I are together now. But people who ask questions, I can't let them find out what happened with you or grandfather. You understand? I just want to be near you. I won't say anything, I promise. He doesn't understand. He's suffering. We can make it stop. Not now. It's not just that. It's dangerous here. Things are happening that you have no idea about. Aaron can protect me, and you too, with your brand. He'll never understand. He won't change his mind. Silence. Don't make this harder than it needs to be, please. Hunt. End it. I can't go without you, Eric, please. Hunt. Shut up. Eric, who are you talking to? A sudden pain pierces my skull and I find myself in total darkness. Where am I? What's going on? I knew you wouldn't have the guts to do what's necessary. Who's there? Show yourself. You can never make a predator out of prey. Even you're even more pathetic than the last one. More pathetic than who? The cat? What's going on? You still don't fully understand how the brand works, do you? The two eyes appear in the darkness, yellow and gleaming, seemingly floating in the void in front of me, and a deep terror overwhelms me. I know those eyes. They belong to the Avatar, the creature that tried to devour me. What are you? I'm just one of the many hunters trapped in here. It just so happens that I am also the only one truly worthy of it. I hunt the most dangerous of prey. It's time I got back to it, actually. A burst of laughter is audible all around me, and bonds spring from the darkness, wrapping around my arms and legs. No, let me go. Stop it. I'm going to take control now. You just stay nice and tight. And if you ever manage to free yourself, well, you can always try to regain the upper hand, I guess. In the meantime, I intend to take advantage of those fantastic gifts you neglect so much. I scream, pulling as hard as I can on my restraints. I can't let them take control. What does he plan to do once he's out there? No, let me out. It's no use. The voice comes from behind me. Akhet, you're here. Like all the other bearers, I'm trapped as you are. All we can do is wait. I can't. I have to go. Sorry. I scream again, tears streaming down my cheeks as I realize I'm powerless to do anything more. Once back, I briefly suck on my finger, collecting a few drops of blood that are there before clicking my tongue. Viggo is bleeding out on the floor. One swipe of my claw and it was over, almost as if he didn't even want to survive. Pathetic. Not that I expected more, but still. Wait, that problem out of the way. That problem out of the way. What can I do now? So many possibilities, so much play. A second fight against the king could be fun, but he's injured, so I might as well wait a while. Devouring him at his best will be much more exciting. Oh, I know. It's been a long time since I devoured a lizard. And possession. Alright, so Eric got possessed, and that hunter we saw in Vikad's route, he made Eric go over to see Viggo, and apparently this hunter had an interest in eating Viggo, and it seemed like Eric was preventing the hunter from eating Viggo, so the hunter forced himself into Eric's mind, and he took over. And once Eric lost control of his body, he fell into some kind of void, I guess. And that's where he met Vakad, because, Eric, he killed Vakad because King Aeon urged him to, so he killed Vakad, he's so both of them are in this void, and they don't have any control. So the hunter takes control of Eric's body, and he eats Vigo. And this hunter seems to have a competitive streak because he doesn't want easy kill. He wants to kill something that they want a fight. They want a fight. They want somebody who's at their best. They enjoy eating somebody even more when that person did their very best against them. They still lost to this hunter. So looks like it will try to eat the king next. Well, it probably wants to eat Tanakh. Really, that's probably the person that wants to eat next now, Tanakh. But we're at the end of this bad route here, so we won't see that. At least in this bad route, we won't. So I think I'm going to just upload this as a separate video rather than adding it to the other part of the update for Akhet, where we're not on a bad path like we're in the regular part of the story. So I'm gonna just upload this one as a separate video. So we got to see the bad outcome for Akhet. Though, to be honest, it was really a bad outcome for Eric. Really, we didn't get to see Akhet at all. So thank you all very much for watching. Goodbye.